Easy TV is the place to be. We about to make it do what it do, baby. Yeah.
Now, moving on to the rapid round.
Okay, rapid.
6 questions for you. First question. Are your parents supportive of your music career?
Yes.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about it.
Crazy, man. My dad, he was like, yo, you need to make your own beats in the beginning.
Shout out to Pops. Okay,
yeah, shout out to
okay.
Pops.
Okay.
Pops is like, yo, you need to start making your own beats so you can make your own beats and stuff. So I typed in, I was like, bet that for sure. And then like, he was like, yo, you need to, because I was gonna drop a 16-track album in like high school, junior year, and he's like, nah, that's way too many tracks. You need to lower it down. And I was like, what about 8? I said, split the 16. He's like, yeah, that's a good number. So he's always been like a part of it, you know, helping out me and my cousin for sure, telling me what I should do. And he also told me too, he's like, hey, I know you got dudes around you that are trying to help you out, but none of them done music like you. You're the one who did shows and was on the news and shit like that. So he's like, if you think something's right, go with your mind. It's also too, it's you that's on the up front. I was like, you're right.
Now that right there tells me that he is 100% invested into your music career.
Yeah,
Word.
yeah. He listened to this the one song on the last one. I can't remember what it was named, but it's on my SoundCloud. It's the last track on the Black Moon album. He listens to that all the time, like it's his workout deal.
Yeah.
He likes that one. I ain't even sending him the joints yet, because personally, like, I don't know if I want him knowing, like, not knowing what's going on in my life, but just like him being like, damn, you're really feeling this type of way on like the first track.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you feeling like that? You know, I don't want him having that worry and stuff like that, like a parent's worry. But my mom's supported too. She used to pull up all the time to all my stuff. And my dad used to take me to shit too. And they both came to both my shows when I had them back home in Alaska. They were both there. So like they were like, yo, like we've seen all these kids here for y'all. Like this is dope. Like you're really doing it. And I was like, yeah, thanks. So
Bro, that is a big blessing to have, because that's
a lot of people don't.
Rare.
You know,
very rare.
a lot of people don't even have, you know, two parents that they know of. So
Word.
like shout out to my parents.
Shout out to your
Staying
parents.
strong.
Are they back home in Alaska or they here?
My mom's back in Alaska. My dad's in Phoenix right now.
Word.
Yeah, he's out there working.
Next question. 3 words that describe Data.
3 words that describe Data.
I know I'm putting you on the spot, but that's why it's called Rapid Round.
Rapid round.
You know what I'm saying?
Rapid round. Okay, 3 words that describe Jada. I'll say meaningful, and what I mean by that is like every bar, every line, every whatever has to be meaningful. Second is I want to be creative. Like that's the style. That's Jada. Always create something out the box. And then third, I would say is be a positive influence or positivity. So you're always gonna feel like, okay, I relate to J-Dub on this. I relate to him on this. You know what I mean? Like even just like the posts on Instagram, just the related, everything about me is I try to be positive.
Yeah.
And in some way, like I'm not gonna be like one of those guys that, you know, don't want to shake your hand or something like that. I remember one time someone ran up to me after I had the news back home, after I did the news in Alaska. They're like, hey, you were just on the news this morning, right? I was like, yeah. They're like, yo, what up? We get an autograph. You know, it was dope. Yeah. I had dudes back home in Alaska. Shout out to everybody in the 9 for sure. Everybody in my city. I had dude, right, like J-Dub on my burger because he knew me. We're family. We're dope. Like that's my people. Like I fuck with everybody who fuck with me. I fuck with them heavy. Like you fuck. That's one thing you can get out of me is positivity like this. If you fuck with me, I fuck with you 1,000. You know what I mean? So that's just, you know, I check in on people. I try to make calls. I try to make texts, and I don't even do it enough. But like that's what the 3 things: meaningful, creative, and positivity.
Respect. Now my favorite question.
Oh, I'm ready. Oh, dude, I'm ready.
You ready for this one? Were you raised on love or survival?
I was raised on love, for sure. I was not raised on survival. And that's probably why you get a difference in my music too. And just my whole setup, my whole life. You know what I mean? Like my parents were supportive. You know, we struggled, but my parents always made a way, you know. And that too puts a certain strain, you know, and this is what I was telling the boys. It's like, okay, so you got your guys that come from the gutter. Yep. You got guys who come from the streets, right? And they go through their struggles. But then you got majority or a lot of people that are not from there, middle class or a little bit below or a little bit above, and they have their problems. You know what I mean? And not to say that the problems are worse or whatever from both. It's a whole different deal. It's like there's nobody out there telling the story on a college kid who failed an exam that's worried about his whole city or not supporting, like he fell in his whole town, like because you're supposed to be the chosen one. You have the right setup, you have the right whatever, you're supposed to make, you're supposed to blow. So there's nobody telling that story. It's everybody like the downfall, the underdog, you know, I came from this, I came from the gutter, I had to make it out, I had to make a way, but there's not anyone telling that story on the other end. That a lot of people just, there's a lot of 9-to-5 people that just try to work, that just hustle, that just go to work every. Nobody's telling that story.
Right.
I
never thought about it like that. I like that idea. That okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
You know, nobody's.
With that. I've never heard nobody say that before.
Because everybody.
That's right.
Yeah,
like that.
Everybody wants to come from the gutter. Everybody wants to come from the street. But I tell you, 80% of people
the
don't.
Person who came from this, bro, I like that.
That like that. I'm supposed to like. You would suspect. Oh, you had parents. You had this. You had whatever. You had it set up. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to level up and supposed to be above, but what if I don't?
Yeah.
How about that as for depression for your mindset? How about that making you feel like shit? Because
is that a struggle?
I would say yeah.
I
for
can see
real talk.
Now that you say that, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, real talk is
that shit coming from a life like that brings expectation.
Brings expectation because you went to college. You're supposed to be successful. Oh, you got the new. You're supposed to have it. Duh, your family's popped or whatever. Whatever. My family's not under the sort of like, you know, lower middle class for sure. We don't have a big house. We always rent it, you know, shit like that. Like, but like, I come from a better background than my other family members for sure. You know, like respectfully, but that puts another strain like on me. And you can say, "Woe is me," oh, you had your own strain from, oh, you have to make it out of college and you have to be successful compared to someone else. That's a real struggle that some people have to go through.
People don't know how much of a mental battle college is. We'll talk about that another day. But that going to college, bro.
That's a real shit. And just in general, just like going to work, nobody's telling like that. Just regular story of regular people just trying to make it, just trying to survive, not trying to do nothing grimy, and just what they go through, like the shade and shit they go through, or love that they go through. You know, nobody's telling that average person's story.
Word. And
I want to be the one that tells that story.
Word. Next question: are you taking the vaccine with all of these red flags that come with it?
I am.
There's no wrong answer here.
You know, I'm gonna say like, man, I don't even know. Like, I would just say like, I was hesitant for sure. Like, you know, dealing with it. I'd say nah, bro. Like, I'm out. Like, I'm out. I'm out. Like, yeah.